The wind moved slowly across the golden plains. The sun hid behind the mountains, painting the sky with shades of orange and hope. And somewhere between the silence of the land and the whisper of destiny, a story was about to begin. Before I tell you this story, if you believe that there are moments capable of changing an entire life, if you believe in new beginnings, in faith, in second chances, then this channel is for you. Subscribe now to Moments That Matter. Because every week you will hear stories that touch the soul. Stories about hope, courage, and the moments that truly matter. Now, take a deep breath, and let this story carry you away. No one knew exactly how long Daniel Carter had been riding alone across the dry lands of the West. Some said 10 years, others, more than a decade. But everyone agreed on one thing. That man carried in his eyes a past heavier than any saddle. His worn hat shielded a face marked by sun and time. His horse, an old and faithful chestnut named Dust, seemed to understand every silent thought of his rider. They appeared at dawn, crossed the plains without a word, and vanished at sunset. They never stopped in towns. They never lingered at ranches. They never asked for anything. And yet, wherever they passed, they left behind the strange feeling that something important had already happened, and that something important was still waiting to happen. That afternoon, the wind changed direction. Daniel felt it before he saw it. The sky darkened quickly, and the smell of rain brought memories he had been trying to forget for years. That was when he saw the old house. Abandoned. Gray wood. Door half open. Broken window. The house stood at the end of a road no one used anymore. Dust snorted softly, as if he recognized the place. Daniel dismounted. Every step toward the door felt heavier than the last. Inside, there was only dust, silence, and echoes. On the floor, near the fireplace, lay an old horseshoe. Daniel knelt, picked it up, and closed his eyes. That place had once been his home. And it was there, years ago, that he had made a promise he had never been able to keep. The memory came like the cold wind of a distant dawn. In that same place, years before, Daniel was not alone. The house was alive. The smell of warm bread drifted from the kitchen. The sound of light footsteps crossed the hallway, and a gentle laugh filled every corner. Her name was Emily. Emily had eyes that seemed to hold the entire evening sky, and a smile capable of calming any storm. She waited for Daniel at the door every afternoon, leaning against the wooden frame, holding little Noah in her arms. Noah was only 4 years old, and had a question he asked every day. "Daddy, will you come back before the sun falls asleep?" Daniel always answered the same way, touching his son's nose. "Before the stars appear." That morning, however, everything felt different. Daniel needed to drive the cattle to the valley beyond the mountains. It was a long, dangerous journey, but necessary. Before he left, Emily held his hand. "Promise you'll come back soon." He took a deep breath. "I promise." She smiled, but her eyes knew that promise weighed more than words. Daniel mounted Dust, waved to Noah, and rode down the road. He did not know that it would be the last time he would see his home that way. The journey lasted longer than expected. The sky closed in with heavy clouds. The wind turned into a howl. The rain fell as if the world were being violently washed clean. Daniel tried to return, but the road had been swallowed by water and mud. He and Dust spent the night trapped between two hills, sheltered only by a rock. The next morning, when he finally managed to get back, the house was gone. The flood had rushed down from the mountain during the night. The small building had been dragged away. The fences lay broken on the ground. The land looked like a shattered desert. Daniel dismounted, his legs trembling. He called for Emily. He called for Noah. Only the echo answered. Hours later, he found neighbors gathered near the river. The flood had taken the house, and everything inside it. Daniel fell to his knees in the mud. That day, his world ended. Emily's body was never found. Noah's was discovered days later, caught among branches, his small hand still gripping a piece of the house's wood. Daniel did not cry. Not in front of anyone. He only rode. He rode away from the town. Away from the memories. Away from himself. But one thing never left him. The promise. Before the stars appear. Every night, Daniel looked at the sky. And every night he felt that he had failed. That was why he began to wander. Without destination. Without a home. Without words. Only him, dust, and the weight of a broken promise. The sun was already beginning to fade when Daniel saw the small figure sitting at the edge of the dirt road. At first, he thought it was an illusion created by exhaustion. Then he noticed the simple dress, the dusty feet, the dark hair tied carelessly behind her head. Dust slowed his steps on his own. The girl did not move. Daniel dismounted and approached slowly. "Hey, are you lost?" She raised her face. Her eyes were red from crying, yet too steady for someone so young. "My name is Lily. Where are your parents?" She shook her head. "My mother became very sick. They said I had to go to the town to get help, but I got lost." The wind moved gently between them. Daniel felt something he had not felt in many years. Responsibility. "How long have you been here?" "Since the sun was high." He removed his canteen and offered it. Lily drank carefully, as if that water were something precious. "You're coming with me," Daniel said. She did not ask where. They traveled together for days. Lily spoke little, but when she did, the road became brighter. She said she liked drawing birds. She dreamed of having a white horse. She believed the sky kept the names of the people we love. Daniel listened. For the first time in many years, he listened to someone. At night, when they lit the fire, Lily would stare at the sky. "The stars haven't fallen asleep yet," she would say. Those words pierced Daniel's heart like an arrow. On the third night, he cried in silence. They arrived at a small village near the mountains. Lily pointed ahead. "It's there. My home is there." The house was simple, but alive. Flowers on the window. Smoke rising from the chimney. A pale woman appeared at the door. "Lily." The girl ran. Daniel stayed behind, watching. The woman thanked him with tearful eyes. "I have no way to repay you." Daniel replied only, "Take good care of her." When he mounted Dust to leave, Lily ran back to him. "Sir, are you leaving again?" Daniel hesitated. His entire past passed before his eyes. I still have a promise to keep." She pulled a small drawing from her pocket, a man, a horse, and a huge star in the sky. "Then come back when it shines brighter." Daniel placed the paper close to his heart. Daniel rode for hours after leaving the village. But for the first time in many years, he did not feel as if he were running away. Lily's drawing weighed in his pocket more than any old memory. The crooked star seemed to shine inside his mind. That night, he stopped on top of a hill. The sky opened into thousands of silent lights. He dismounted, kneeled on the dry earth. "I failed, but I am still here." The wind grew stronger, as if answering. Daniel closed his eyes and did something he had not done since the day of the flood. He prayed. He did not ask for anything. He only promised, "I will live in a way that honors those I lost, and those I still can protect." The next morning, he did not ride west. He turned Dust toward the village. Months later, the small village had changed. There was a new fence, a larger garden, a simple stable. Daniel Carter now lived there. Lily ran through the fields every afternoon. Her mother was stronger. Winter felt less cold. One evening, as the sun slipped behind the mountains, Lily pointed to the sky. "The stars are about to appear." Daniel smiled. "Yes, before they appear." In that moment, he understood. The promise was never about going back in time. It was about choosing to live. If you stayed until the end, this story is for you. Maybe you are also carrying a broken promise. Maybe you are walking in silence, believing that you have lost your way. But as long as you are still breathing, your story is not over. There is always a moment that changes everything. There is always a star that will still shine brighter. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to Moments That Matter. Here, we tell stories about faith, hope, and new beginnings. And tell me in the comments, which moment marked you the most? Until the next chapter of your own journey.